You're the best. Thank you, Melanie. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to get this on the YouTube channel. So, okay, so we have Ningxia Red sunrises at our house, which is 2 ounces of Ningxia Red and 4 ounces of orange juice. And so if you come visit me, that's what you'll get with your breakfast here in the Campbell household. So let's find out why I think it's so powerful, why we love it, why we've been drinking it since 2005. And so that's 15 years I've been drinking it. And I usually like to buy an 8-pack, especially when I get free shipping because that's so heavy. And free shipping should be coming to everybody around September 1. So we have another month, and then anything that you buy for 100 PV or more, whether it's a quick order or Essential Rewards, you'll get free shipping. So let's jump right in. So what do these family members have in common? Everyone from infants, mature adults to pets need good nutrition. There's no doubt about that. We want to enjoy our life to the fullest. And so we want to be healthy. Health isn't everything, but I'm telling you, life isn't worth much without it. And we really, really want to find those things that are going to keep us the healthiest and do those things. We've learned something called the knowing-doing gap. And what the knowing-doing gap is, you know that it's good for you or better for you, and you don't do it. So I'm going to encourage you tonight to, after you get the facts of Ningxia Red, that you make sure you start drinking Ningxia Red at least 2 to 4 ounces every single day, because you owe it to your health. The current state of our health as a nation, it's a sad state of affairs, as most of you already know. And that's why you're in Young Living, because you look around and you say, oh my gosh, there aren't very many healthy people around, and I want to change that paradigm in my life. So I'm going to align myself with a company that offers the best products on the planet, and that would be Young Living. America ranks among the top 5 nations in the world in cancer, heart disease, adult obesity, childhood obesity, diabetes, and depression. There are so many great documentaries out on Netflix. Toxic Brew, I think, is one of them. Stink is another one. Gail and Kenneth, if you can think of a couple others, I know they're in my brain somewhere, but really good documentaries showing that, you know, childhood obesity and sugar and McDonald's, this is not health. And so we want to veer away from those health debilitating diseases and choose life. We want to choose life. You know, we are physical beings in that we house a spiritual nature. And it is our responsibility to take care of this house, this temple, as it's stated in the New Testament. So this is our responsibility. It's nobody's fault but our own if we come down with weakness and illness, because we can strengthen ourselves on a daily basis. Walking, getting fresh air, drinking pure water, not chlorinated water, and taking Ningxia Red. So you're going to see why. So one of the things that really exacerbates the aging process or accelerates the aging process is free radicals. Now, there's going to be free radicals no matter how well you live your life. Free radicals are the direct result of bodily processes, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food that we eat. So our environment is affected, and we produce free radicals. It's kind of the leftover, if you will, and that's a pretty broad term, but the leftover of after the cell has done its work and it begins to die. It no longer has its vibrancy. And this happens because of normal metabolic function, right? So a free radical is an atom that is missing an electron. So you have cells and they're made up of atoms and protons and neutrons, electrons. And once they're spent, so to speak, or things start to decay in the body, we create literally millions and billions of free radicals a day. And there's nothing you can do. There's no health protocol that you can embark on that's going to keep that from happening. It's going to happen. So free radicals, if you have a poor diet, they're just going to be worse. If you get X-rays, this causes atom damage or cellular damage. Chlorine is really bad for our bodies. And that's why I chose many, many years ago, 17 years ago, I guess, to put in a whole house water purification system in my home because I did not want chlorine in anything. I have not used bleach for probably 35 years. I don't recommend using bleach. I like to use the Thieves Cleaner and the Thieves laundry soap. I put the Thieves Cleaner in my laundry soap, about 4 caps per bottle, per large pump bottle. And I take 1 bottle of the Thieves laundry soap and I divide that into 3 of those large 32-ounce bottles. I add 4 capfuls of Thieves Cleaner to each one of those, and then I add water to the rest. And I might add a few drops of lemon. It helps with the whites. And it lasts me a very long time. So I'm getting 3 times the amount of laundry soap out of that 1 container that you can get from Young Living. And I did a cost comparison, and it's cheaper than the cheapest laundry soap on the market. So it's cheaper than Gain. Gain is one of those really low-end, high fragrance laundry soaps. But anyway, so free radicals cause premature aging and our bodies rusting from the inside out. So the Ningxia Wolfberry has actually been known as the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. The main ingredient in Ningxia Red, as a matter of fact, Ningxia Red is 50% Ningxia Wolfberry. When Gary first started experimenting with the Wolfberry, he made a drink called Berry Young Juice. This was pre-Ningxia Red. And what they were doing was they were juicing the berries. And then they were adding some other, I think some plum juice and some pomegranate juice and some blueberry juice, but they were juicing it. They found that if they used the skin and the pulp along with the juice from the wolfberry, that it bumped up the nutritional value exponentially. It was bar none the most nutrient dense juice on the market. So the main ingredient in Ningxia Red is the Ningxia Wolfberry, 50%, which includes the pulp and the juice and the skin. It has the antioxidant power, just 1 ounce of equivalent to the antioxidant power of 4 pounds of carrots, 2 quarts of carrot juice, 8 oranges, 1 pint of orange juice, 2 pounds of beets, 2 cups of beet juice, 3 cups of raspberries, 2 cups of blueberries, 6 essential fatty acids, vitamins B1, B2, B6, vitamin E. There's more beta carotene in Ningxia Red than in carrots, and there's more vitamin C in Ningxia Red than in oranges. That's a huge statement for Young Living to make. But that is how powerful the antioxidant capability is of Ningxia Red. So the whole fruit of the Ningxia Wolfberry is what drives Ningxia Red's flavor profile. And this change from the berry young juice to the Ningxia Red was accomplished by reducing the blueberry flavor and adding more of the wolfberry flavor as nature had intended. So more of that nutrient-dense food. So how do you pronounce it? Many people struggle with this, even today. So this is kind of phonetically sounding it out. It's Ningxia, Ningxia Red. Some people say Ningxia, I don't know, but it's Ningxia. It is actually grown in the Yellow River Valley of the Ningxia province in China. This is the Yellow River Valley gets the runoff from the Himalayan mountains. And so it's really silt rich, which has so many nutrients in it. And it's the perfect growing conditions for this Ningxia wolfberry. Now, does that mean it's the only place in the world that it can grow? Absolutely not. We actually grow Ningxia wolfberry trees they're kind of shrubs. They're not real tall. But we grow them on Mona's farm. And I know in the past, they've actually sold little wolfberry trees that you could bring home and plant. And there are seed companies that you can buy goji berry or wolfberry trees, but they will not have, even the ones on Mona, on the farm, will not have the nutrient profile that it has from the Ningxia wolfberries that are coming from the Yellow River because of that soil. It's just so chock full of silica and all kinds of great nutrients. Wolfberries are the national treasure used by the Olympic athletes in China. And little do most of us know, there are more centenarians or people who are over 100 years old in this region than anywhere else in the world. And what they do, you weren't able to find them. Oh, they were closed. Melanie, they closed at 6 and he got there at about 6:30. So we'll check tomorrow, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get canning lids. Oh yeah, the way that they use the wolfberry in China, and there used to be an old film of Gary going up the steps of, well, this is what happened. So he wanted to visit one of the centenarians in the Yellow River Valley, and he came across their home, and this woman who was over 100 years old was out in her garden hoeing. And her daughter, who was, I think, in her 80s, met Gary and introduced him to her mother. And so they were going to go into the house and they were going to enjoy a cup of Ningxia wolfberry tea. Well, just out of courtesy, Gary attempted to take the old woman's arm to help her up the steps. And she slapped him and told her daughter in Chinese, she does not need his help. She is capable of getting up the steps by herself. And she is over 100 years old. And out hoeing her garden. I mean, that just goes to show you that, you know, a body in motion stays in motion, number one. And that's why I continue to walk every day. And that's why, you know, I just want to share with you ways and means to keep your health and to you know, get those years. I mean, if that's the case, I have at least another 30 years left, right? Wow. Yeah, I have at least another 30 years left. I'd only be 97. And, you know, I could still be doing my gardening and my canning. I have a lot of things to do, so I don't want to shorten my life. So anyway, she slapped him and they went in the house and they served little ceramic cups of tea made with the soaked Ningxia wolfberry. And he learned a lot from them. Okay, so here's some numerous benefits of Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red has many amazing benefits, which include immune system support, natural energy, and more. I remember when I first started drinking Ningxia Red in 2005, I, at that time, could not believe the difference I felt after I stopped taking it. So I started drinking it, and I didn't feel like my energy was that different, but I guess I just didn't think about it or didn't feel it. So then I thought, well, I don't know, maybe this stuff isn't all that great. I'm going to stop taking it. That's when I saw the difference. And when I went back on it, I stopped for about a week or two. And when I went back on it, I knew this stuff makes a difference. And of course, you know, I'm a big believer and a big promoter of multigreens. And so if you take Ningxia Red with multigreens, oh my gosh, there's no way you wouldn't have enough energy, at least to keep up with me, right? Okay, so let's examine the powerful ingredients in Ningxia Red. I think the packaging is so beautiful, isn't it? Kenneth has made glasses out of the Ningxia Red bottles. There was a gal in my organization out of Columbia, Missouri that she had a kiln, and she would melt the glass and make spoon holders out of them. I've seen bird feeders. I know Bridget Rebold's father made a beautiful bird feeder out of them. They fill it with bird seed and then tip it upside down and have it in a wooden bird feeder, and then it just feeds the seed in a tray. And then I've seen wind chimes with these bottles. I've seen these bottles with, they've drilled a hole in the back side of the bottle, and they put lights in the bottle for Christmas, like, you know, red lights for Christmas, or even white lights. They're just a beautiful bottle. So let's look at what's in the Puree. The Ningxia Wolfberry Puree has many supportive benefits. And this is what the Ningxia Wolfberry looks like as it grows on this short little bush-like tree. It has sweet cherry juice in it. And the benefits are they're antioxidant, and it supports, sweet cherry juice supports joints, especially in the case of gout. I have mostly men. Men seem to suffer from gout more than women. And I have many men that do nothing but Ningxia Red with Young Living. They don't do oils, but they do, you know, every month they get their 2 bottles of Ningxia Red. And they do it because I had recommended it for gout, and it works. So many people with gout have used cherry juice, but they don't get the quick, long-lasting effects of the cherry juice with the Ningxia Wolfberry. It's also very good for cardiovascular support. And I think I have a picture in here of 10 minutes after taking 2 ounces of Ningxia Red and what your blood looks like. So we'll see if I have that in there. It also has aronia juice or black chokeberry. We were raised on chokeberries. We had chokecherries in our backyard. I have one growing in my front yard now. I had one planted when I first moved here 17 years ago, but then it died after about 10 years. So I planted another one 2 years ago, and it's getting berries on it now. It supports a healthy urinary tract and supports normal digestion. So it does have the black chokeberry. It has pomegranate juice, and most people are very aware that pomegranate juice has 3 times the antioxidant activity of green tea. So it is really highly antioxidant. It does support the cardiovascular system and joint health, and it's high in folic acid, vitamins A, C, E, potassium, and niacin. Know that this has potassium in it. So if you have to be on a diet that you know says you cannot have potassium, then you cannot drink Ningxia Red, because it does have a dietary potassium, not anything that's been added, but it's part of the pomegranate juice. It has blueberry juice because blueberry supports healthy brain function. It supports the thyroid. And it has notably high levels of the mineral manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin K. This helps with blood viscosity and dietary fiber. So when you let your bottle sit, you notice that it needs to be shook, because all of this nice Ningxia wolfberry fiber and the blueberry fiber, it's in there. And so we want to shake it up before we pour it in our glass. Some of the essential oils that are in Young Living are lemon, and these are carefully selected, the oils that are in Ningxia Red. The reason that we put lemon in is because it contains high levels of the powerful antioxidant D-limonene, and that's why I highly recommend that you use lemon in your water. Lemon has also been shown to help with depression, and it increases the immunity by increasing the white blood count in the bone marrow. I know that you've heard that enough times from me that you have that memorized by now, right? So that is an important marker for bioactivity, that antioxidant D-limonene. And bioactives are natural compounds that work in harmony with your body to support the healthy function of a wide variety of systems, glands, and organs. It's going to promote the health of all of that. It also, now we didn't have yuzu in it in the first two formulations of Berry Young juice or in Ningxia Red. It was reformulated, I can't remember, around 2010, I think. And Gary added yuzu because it has a delicious aroma, an additional flavor, a great flavor, and it too is highly antioxidant. These pure and potent essential oil blends, oils blend synergistically and deliciously with the other components of Ningxia Red to support normal digestion, healthy immune function, normal brain function, a healthy cardiovascular system, and much more. No other nutrient-infused beverage can come even close to the beneficial essential oil content of Ningxia Red. So we, Gary and Young Living spared no expense to bring you the very best. There is stevia, natural stevia sweetener in there, which decreased Ningxia Red's overall sugar content to 2 grams per serving, which we now can recommend as an help for diabetes. It strengthens the pancreas, and also it's because it's low glycemic, and also you don't have to worry about calories from the Ningxia wolfberry. It has less calories in it than orange juice. So the benefit is, of course, that stevia is a 0-calorie sweetener and is 300 times sweeter than sugar, allowing for a delightfully delicious beverage with lower overall sugar content. We recommend that you drink 2 to 4 ounces daily with confidence, knowing that you are not consuming excess calories and sugar. So if you desire to support a strong, healthy body for life, start drinking Ningxia Red. I know that many people do what we call the red drink. And the red drink is 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia Red in an empty Ningxia Red bottle. So you're going to either funnel it into an empty Ningxia Red bottle, or you're going to wait until your bottle is down to about 2 to 4 ounces. And then you're going to add a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon, up to a tablespoon of sulfurzyme. This is called the red drink. Sulfurzyme is really good for joint support. It's good for allergies. It's good for providing the sulfur that we need for a healthy body, because our foods are sulfur deficient. Now, there is a difference between sulfur and sulfa. Some people are allergic to sulfa drugs. This is not the same. There's no need to be concerned for taking sulfurzyme because again, sulfur is different than sulfa drugs. Sulfur is a nutrient that our body needs. For those of you who know someone or may even suffer from osteo or rheumatoid arthritis, sulfur zyme is essential for you. You should be taking it a minimum 4 in the morning and 4 at night every single day. Now, one of the reasons that we recommend the powder, those are the capsules, 4 capsules in the morning, 4 capsules in the evening. The reason I recommend the powder is because the powder is easily assimilated into the bloodstream as we drink our red drink. So what else do we put in that red drink? You might want to put a few drops of lime oil. Lime oil. Lime oil has been known to increase glutathione, and glutathione helps with anti-aging. So we want to increase the production of glutathione. It also helps with cortisol levels and losing fat around the middle. So doing your red drink can be a very, very healthy thing to do. Now, what else are you going to do with that bottle? You've got 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia Red. You've got a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon, up to a tablespoon of sulfur zyme, powdered sulfur zyme. You've got 4 up to 10 drops of lime, whatever you can tolerate. I can tolerate about 10 in a 28-ounce bottle. And then you're going to add pure water to the rest of that. And you're going to drink that throughout the day. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to feel energized, healthier, in less pain, and you're going to be reducing fat in your overall body. So if you can get used to drinking the sulfur zyme, it would be very good for you. How else do we take? Oh, you can make, for mid-afternoon mocktails, you can take 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia Red in a beautiful wine glass. Maybe add a half a can of Zing. This is our carbonated beverage made with the Wolfberry. Top it off with a little splash of pineapple juice. Add some essential oils. Serve that over ice. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I love doing kind of half and half Zing and Ningxia Red. And then topping it off with pineapple juice, that's like decadent for me. That is so good. You could add any kind of other juice that you want, any kind of oils that you want, but you just know that you're going to boost your energy mid-afternoon, maybe when you're having that slump, and you're adding nothing but pure nutrition and pure goodness to your body. So that's a couple of ways. And I'm sure that many of you have probably played with, doing your Ningxia Red in different ways. So make it fun. Make it fun. Ningxia Red's new formula, the formula this is the last formulation that you're getting now, had added enhanced benefits and a great flavor. And then adding Ningxia Red to your lifestyle is a great choice. Sharing the long-lasting benefits of Ningxia Red with your family and with your friends puts you on the path to achieving true prosperity and abundance. Why are we holding this away from the people that we love? We need to tell them that this is something that they need. Now, I guess I don't see a picture of the blood. I can't remember where that is. Maybe it's in the cardiovascular class. But what it shows is for people on, even healthy people. I mean, I believe that I'm fairly healthy. And when I went to the clinic, I had some sticky red blood cells. You could see them under the live blood analysis. What they do is they take blood and then they put it on a slide and they put it under a microscope, and you can see the live blood moving. You can see if there's parasites in your blood. You can see if there's bacteria or viruses in between the red blood cells. You can see how healthy your red blood cells are, if they're perfectly round the way they should be, fully oxygenated, or if they're oblong, or they're just a little irregular. You can see that, and you can see if they're floating in the serum, in the blood serum. And in most cases, if we're, you know, having to deal with the environment, and of course, if you're not eating a healthy diet, it's going to be worse. But you're going to see that these red blood cells are sticking together a little bit. Well, if you drink 2 ounces of Ningxia Red, within 10 minutes, those red blood cells will separate from each other and they will free float. Now, the reason that you want this is because when they're free floating on their own, the uptake of oxygen is far greater. So your energy is going to be far greater. Your mental clarity is going to be far greater. So it's really neat to see those blood cells begin to change and adapt to health by taking Ningxia Red. So it's really, really important. And I recommend that if you can, take it twice a day. Take 2 ounces in the morning and take 2 ounces mid-afternoon. That's going to give you that little energy boost that you really need, especially if you're, you know, at a computer and you're not taking the breaks that you shouldn't need. I mean, you know, even though I get 10 or 14, I do anywhere from 10 to 14,000 steps a day on my watch. And even then, because I do it early in the morning, I'll come home and by 2 o'clock, my watch will tell me to move. And I'll go, are you kidding me? I think I have enough steps in. I'm not moving anymore. But anyway, yeah, so please share your Ningxia Red with others. Tell them how great this is. This is a great adjunct if you're, there's what we call a Ningxia Red challenge. And that's where you do 6 ounces a day for, I think it is a week, 7 to 10 days, to see what kind of health benefits that you get from drinking that much. People who have compromised systems, like if they have cancer or they have chronic illnesses, they've seen huge differences. Before we became really compliant, I had a slide in this presentation of a woman who was on over 54 different medications a day. And her story was that she increased her Ningxia Red intake to 6 ounces a day and was able to get off of all her medications. She was really in a bad place. There was also a testimonial on someone who was suffering from cancer and how he added Ningxia Red to his daily regime, and how he ended up, along with other things like essential oils and changing his diet, that he was able to get rid of his cancer naturally. Sandy Rausch, many of you have heard her on our Thursday night calls, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I shared this. She was a breast cancer survivor, and she chose to do it naturally with Young Living. She did no chemo, no mastectomy, no, you know, protocol from conventional Western medicine. Her family members were up in arms. They were very concerned about her. And lo and behold, she got through it, cancer-free by changing her diet again and doing things like essential oils, Young Living supplements, and Ningxia Red. So, you know, if you know Sandy and you ask her for her testimony, I'm sure she would be more than willing to share it with you. So again, the Ningxia Red recommended usage or dosage is, depending on your health goals, we recommend anywhere from 2 to 6 ounces a day. That's 6 ounces a day is the Ningxia Red challenge. And we recommend that you chill it. Now, I will bring the packets in my pocketbook when I'm traveling, and I don't mind it not chilled, but I think it's much better if you have it chilled. And I do keep packets in the refrigerator to grab if I'm going to rush out and I know that I need a little bit of a nutritional boost because I'm going to be out all afternoon, I'll have it in my pocketbook. So think about that too. That's what's great about having the packets. You can travel with the packets, you can put them in your pocketbook, and you're never without your nutrient-infused Ningxia Red. So how do you get started with Ningxia Red? Well, the good news is right now, if you were to sign someone up as a member with Young Living, the price has dropped $30. So the Ningxia Red kit is actually on sale. What you don't get with the Ningxia Red kit right now is, where's my box? Oh, is this box. So you know how a basic kit has this box without the oils? So it just, you get an empty one of these that has no oils in it. And then underneath you get your 2 packs of Ningxia Red, you get a bottle of oil and a couple of other little goodies. Well, because of COVID right now, our supplier has not been able to supply us with the number of boxes that we need. So the Thieves starter kit and the Ningxia Red starter kit have both dropped in price. The Ningxia Red is $135. I believe it's $135. And because I signed somebody up with the Ningxia Red kit. And the Thieves kit is $125. So there's quite a savings. They're just not getting that box with it. I don't think that they're getting a product guide either. And when I talked to customer service about that, they said, well, they can see the product guide on, a virtual product guide in their back office. However, I kind of demanded that they put a product guide in with that Ningxia Red kit that I signed up somebody with, and they did. But you'd almost have to be on the phone to do that. So if you're ordering a Ningxia Red kit for a new member, just note that it does not come with a product guide. And I believe that product guides may be out of stock right now because I'm guessing, but I'm thinking a new product guide is coming out around September 1st. So if you have, I usually buy product guides by the 10 pack, and then I have them here on my shelf. And if somebody new comes or, they hadn't ordered in quite a while and they had an old product guide and they wanted a new one, I'll gift them with what's $3.50. Gosh, people do a lot more for me. So I don't mind giving a $3.50 product guide. Okay, so that's how you get started. You sign up as a member with Young Living with the Ningxia Red starter kit for about $135 now, and that gives them wholesale buying for the rest of their life. As long as they order $50 or 50 PV in a year, they stay active. And if they've been inactive for more than a couple of years, I always recommend that they get another starter kit because, things change, and my goodness, you should be out of oils by now, or you should have drank all your Ningxia Red by now. So I'll recommend another starter kit, and that's what you can do as well. Okay, so how can you afford Ningxia Red? This might be a question that you get from some of your friends and family or your neighbors that you have been so blessed by what Young Living has done for you as far as your energy levels and your mental clarity and your your pain levels, that you want to tell your friends and family about it, and they're like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, you might have a good retirement or whatever, but I'm on a fixed income. There's a lot of excuses out there why people won't take care of their health. But they will spend their money on soda, on high glycemic juices with high fructose corn syrup in it. They'll pay $4 or $5 for a Starbucks coffee. They'll buy snack food that's doing nothing but putting pounds on because it's void of nutrition. But they'll spend money on that. They'll get prepackaged foods that are laden with chemicals, high-fat foods that are not healthy, sugary desserts. And how many people do you know that spend a lot of money on alcohol? They might even spend money on cigarettes. So don't tell me that they don't have money to spend, because they're spending it on something. You know, we are one of the richest nations in the world. We don't have to worry about heating our house in the winter. We have at least one car, and most families have 2 cars. We live a very, lucrative lifestyle here in America. We just need to make better choices. And sometimes we need to help others make better choices. Talk to them about their health choices. So here is the Ningxia Red pack. You get 2 bottles of Ningxia Red, 14 nitro, and a 30 pack of the Ningxia Red packets. That's what you get for $130. I think it's 2 bottles. I'm pretty sure. And then you'll get, yeah, that's it. That's what you get. Okay. So then you'll get, oh, and I didn't change this. You'll get, if you do Essential Rewards, you can get 2 bottles of Ningxia Red every month, and you'll get 10, 20, and 25% back in rebates as you stay on Essential Rewards. So I want to welcome you to the wonderful world of Ningxia Red, and I'm going to run through real quickly with you, maybe about 15 more minutes, on how you can approach others with the possibility of improving their health with Ningxia Red. So share Ningxia Red with everyone you come in contact with. And then when you share, you can get your product for free, because if they're ordering, that helps you to get a thank you check from Young Living. And who needs Ningxia Red? Everybody. Your friends and neighbors, your coworkers, athletes. One of the guys that I set up with the Ningxia Red kit this month, he was interested in getting good nutrition and working out and improving his health. So that's why I recommended Ningxia Red. So athletes, health club members, and owners. Kenneth's a tennis player. My husband is a tennis player, and he does his Ningxia Red. Nursing homes. Ningxia Red has been known, and I have a nursing home presentation that I give. We have statistics proving that for elderly people, the addition of Ningxia Red helps to improve appetite in elderly people. Pet owners, Ningxia Red can be fed to dogs that are suffering with cancer and with other chronic health issues. And of course, spa owners. This should be something that this spa offers. People like Zing and Ningxia Red packets for sale. This is a great adjunct to getting health into their clients. So become a product of the product and ask yourself, are you really living the lifestyle, the Young Living lifestyle? And if you're not, ask yourself how you can take daily steps to improve yourself so that you can be literally an example for others. Ask yourself if you're seeking support from others, if there's a block in your life. The AFT, the Aroma Freedom Technique, that is a great way to release blocks. Maybe that you're having difficulty in wanting to share Young Living with other people, but you have a lot of fear going on. There is nothing to be afraid of. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Getting concerned about others and wanting their best, their health, one of your best interests. This is the way to share, just doing it from the heart. And am I setting a high standard for my team? Be an example. Be an extraordinary listener. Engage in conversation with your friend or your relative or whatever, and listen to them. Listen to them with love and enthusiasm. This is a rare treasure, to sit and listen to them talk about their ailments. Ask them questions. Listen to them, acknowledge, and respond. This is when you're going to find out what your friend or your family member's greatest need is. And then you can help them to make the right decision for their health. Beyond, reaching beyond your friends and prospecting for clients, ask your prospect or your client or your friend and family member, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, and spiritually? This gets them to thinking about how they're feeling. Ask them to expound on any of these areas. And then ask them if they'd like to discuss anything else. This, you're just drawing them out, you know, and just by the act of listening, they're going to learn to trust you, and especially trust your advice. We need to get these oils and these nutritional products in every home. There are so many people suffering, and we have an answer. So educate them with intent. This is the time when you're going to educate your prospect on the importance of making a commitment to their health. A conversation that you can have with your prospects might sound something like, you know, our bodies get out of balance over a lifetime, and it is better to support a healthy body than to have to restore and rebuild it. As we determine your health goals, I'm here to support you in meeting those goals. Would you be willing to make a commitment to your health? And you know what? They're going to give you a couple of different answers. They might tell you, yeah, I really haven't thought about it. And if they say, no, I'm not willing to make a commitment to your health, well, there's really nothing you can do. You know, if they are not willing to do something to change their current situation, if they don't want to get better, you know, and when I say get better, for myself, I look at what I do to improve every aspect of my life, whether it's personal development, my spiritual life, my physical life by walking and taking the nutrition and the things that I need, stretching my mind by reading. I want to become better. And what you want is you want to attract those same kinds of people to you. If you're not attracting those kinds of people, then I recommend that you start shifting your energy. You start seeing, and here's a little trick you can do. Visualize a lavender funnel on the top of your head. And in that funnel is universal energy coming to and going through you. And you are asking the universe to attract to you those people who are looking for what you have. Do not attract poor mouth. Do not attract those people who come from a negative, poor mentality. I can't, never will, place. Because I'm here to tell you, until they want to change, you're going to be, what they say, trucking uphill, beating a dead horse. I know we care about those people, but they have to make a decision for themselves. Do you not agree with me? Do you not agree with me? We're looking for people who want to do something about their health, who are willing to invest in their health. Affirm to them that taking care of their health is an important part of their growth. No matter what age they are, no matter what age they are. Find out how much they have to invest. And if they don't have $100 a month to invest, show them where they do. You can show them that the sugary juices, the processed foods, the alcoholic beverages, the antacids, the aspirins, the laxatives that they're taking because they feel like crap, the ibuprofen and the white sugar and the donuts and all the rest. They can take that money that they're spending on stuff that's destroying their health, and they can put it on the things that are making their health better. Now, that just makes so much more sense to me. And that's what I encourage you to do. And as you become a product of the product, you can, with a full heart, share that information with other people. And a great way to start them is by discussing Ningxia Red with them. Give them the information that I've been sharing with you tonight on how powerful it is as far as an antioxidant and the nutritional value that it has. And then if they just say, I would love to try the Ningxia Red, recommend that they go on Essential Rewards so that they can get Ningxia Red every month for the next 3 months and see if they don't have a major shift in their health. I would also recommend that they add multigreens. Remember, one of my favorite supplements, and Super C. Everybody on this call tonight should be taking Super C because of what's going on in our country, in our world today. We're not getting enough vitamin C, guys, and vitamin C is water soluble. So even if you do get it in the morning, if you are under any stress at all, or if you're active, you're going to utilize all of that vitamin C. So right now we have the chewables. I think we're out of the tablets, but you should be taking vitamin C daily, every single day. So this could be a good starting Essential Rewards order. 2 bottles of Ningxia Red, a bottle of Super C, and a bottle of multigreens. Another great, this is an old bottle, sorry. Another great Essential Rewards is 2 bottles of Ningxia Red and Omega Gives. This gives you your vitamin D3, your CoQ10 to strengthen the cardiovascular system, and essential fatty acids. This is a great supplement. Also, we have our vitamin D supplement now. That would be another great thing. And if they have eye issues, you know, maybe they're starting to get cataracts, they should be on Illuminize. Absolutely. Between Ningxia Red with Illuminize, you're going to bump up their eyesight to a better level. I know for myself, I've been taking Illuminize. Now, I didn't take it on the cleanse, but the cleanse improved my eyesight. Now my glasses they're too strong. So it's probably not going to be long where I'm going to have to get these changed because my eyes are getting better. Now, who can say that? As they get older, their eyes get better. And I do know that Illuminize will help to strengthen the eye. So there you go. That's another option. And then we don't have core supplements anymore. We have Master Formula. And that's a multivitamin that they can take. So the core supplements are going to give them whole food, natural vitamins and minerals. So this is really what we should be doing. We should be taking our Ningxia Red. We should be sharing Ningxia Red with people. You know, you could literally build a business on Ningxia Red alone. You could build a business on CBD oil from Young Living alone. You don't need any oils. But Young Living is an oil company. So 90% of the time we sign somebody up with an oil kit. Think about increasing people's nutrition and their health right away by using a juice, and try signing them up with a Ningxia Red kit. Just a thought, just a thought. Thank you everybody for being on tonight. Do you have any particular questions for me tonight? I do see I have a bunch of chats. I've also seen others do 1 to 2 ounces of Ningxia Red, sulfurzyme, lime oil, and adding kombucha to fill it up. We were just talking about kombucha. I made 2 gallons of kombucha today. What a great idea. Thank you, Eileen, for sharing that. That is awesome. Did you catch that, Gail? Adding kombucha to the red drink. Yes.
I saw that on there.
Pardon me?
I saw that on there. I thought it was a great idea.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. And Gail says Sherry Ross's Ningxia Red challenge is 6 ounces a day for 90 days. Wow, for 90 days, that is quite the challenge. And you will have definite health improvement, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, Melanie is saying, what is kombucha? Melanie, it begins with a K, and you can see it up in Eileann's how to spell it. Copy that and Google it. It is a fermented health drink. And you have to have what they call a SCOBY. And I just got 3 SCOBYs on Saturday from one of my accountability partners. We have a call every morning at 9:15. And she had a whole bunch of SCOBYs because what they do, this is a fungus that grows like a mushroom, and you add it to your tea and it grows and it adds that fermentation. It's like, it has probiotic properties like sauerkraut. So it's really good. And I love the flavor of it. I love the taste of it. Do you make your own, Eileann?
I don't. I actually haven't tried it yet. And I've seen like a lot of like the younger folks doing it. So I want to try that. I don't make my own kombucha though. So I have a coworker who does.
Well, if she does, she'll have extra SCOBYs, and just ask her for a SCOBY. It's so easy to make. So all you do is you do have to use sugar, because sugar is causes the fermentation process. So you use tea, and I've actually made kombucha from sleek tea because it does have green tea in it, and it needs a little caffeine in there to help stimulate that sugar. So you make tea with sugar, and you can look for recipes, like I said, online. And then water. I got 3.5 quarts of water in a gallon jug with 2 Louisiana family-sized tea bags and 1 cup of sugar, and then 1 SCOBY. And so once I brew that tea, then I let the tea cool to room temperature. Then I add the SCOBY, and it's nice to add about another 1/2 cup of previous kombucha. So if you do get a SCOBY from your coworker, make sure she gives it to you in a jar with an extra scoop of the actual kombucha, because that's kind of the starter. So it's very much like if you were to start, what do you call sourdough starter? Sourdough starter. You keep that in the refrigerator, and that starter, you got to have a little bit to make more. And then you have to keep your tea with the SCOBY in it in the dark for 7 to 10 days. That allows it to ferment. And then at 7 days, you can start tasting it and see if it's the way you like it. Once you remove the SCOBY from the tea, you can add essential oils, you can add fruit, you can add fruit juice to it and make it however you want it, but it's good just regular. I like it. It's got a bite to it. So just find out about it. Is store brand kombucha okay? It is okay. When you make homemade anything, it's always better. I want to start making my own yogurt here as well. And I've got so many people who want to do this with me. I think that it's a great community to come together and, make these things together, can together. I just think it's great. And with the times that we're living in, I think it's important that the young people learn how to do some of these health-giving practices. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, Loretta, I started yours today. It is good, and it's good probiotic and energizer. I thank everyone for their, Walmart has ball canning lids. I don't think he went to Walmart, but he's going to check Ace Hardware tomorrow. So I'm going to stop this recording.